the North Greene Spartans. There's your matchup. We'll talk more about it as we move along throughout this one this afternoon. Randy Cox flips the basketball in the air. We're underway. Devino for North Greene with the basketball on the left side now. Off to Justin Roberts. They twist it inside, and the first bucket goes to Gerald Monroe of the Spartans. That didn't take long. Full court pressure. Carlyle brings the ball over the timeline. Penetration to Michael. To the hoop. 4-2.
20 seconds. 4 points on the board.
Yes, settle back. Big Tom Michael at 6'8". Can he motor, huh? 193 pounds. Loose basketball. North Greene controls. Had it, lost it, got it back. Now on the perimeter with the ball is number 40, Steve Hubbard. Out to Dustin Roberts. Roberts is the 6'2" guard. There's some awesome shooting percentages on this North Greene team. They're shooting 49% plus as a ball club. Penetration move is nullified by the traveling call on Steve Hubbard. And the basketball goes over to the gold-clad Indians out of Carlyle.
Carlyle shooting pretty good, too, 48.9.
Both clubs able to drill the ball from all angles.
Like North Greene's in a zone defense.
1-2-2, it looks like. Yeah. Carlyle, right corner, long-range jumper. Nothing there. Shot was taken out of the corner by Carlyle Steve Hoffman. Devino on the break quickly into the right corner of the offensive zone. As you can see for the Spartans of North Greene, they come low inside. Twisting turnaround will not go for Steve Hubbard. And Michael clears it off after a slight deflection in there from teammate Steve Hoffman. There's the Tribe on the attack. Scott Horner. Left side to Eddie Hills. Out front to the big guy. Swish, Mr. Michael. And you got a 4-2 ball game. The lead to Carlyle. Kicking the ball violation. Carlisle's from a basketball-rich area, though, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They noticed the last time they went down in the corner and then brought the ball back out on a skip pass. Looked like something like Iowa does with their big man shooting from the outside. Remember Lohaus from last year.
Well, obviously, Michael can shoot it out there, and so can the inside man for Whitehall. Gerald Monroe, North Greene High School, a consolidation. Whitehall is the location of the school. There's a long ball deflected, and North Greene made the save. Fine play by Gerald Monroe. Monroe has both buckets for the Spartans, and he gives it off now to Jason Devino. Devino inside. And we got a foul called. Barnard couldn't get the basket down. Foul has been whistled on Jason Peters. First foul of the ball game. It's going to be a shooting violation as Craig Barnard will go to the line with a pair.
Well, you notice you said Michaels is a good shooter. He's shooting 63% from the year from the outside. That's not too bad.
That's great. 65% shooter at the line is Barnard. Free throw. Now we got a 5-4 ball game as the Spartans nudge on top by a point. North Greene has pretty good size, too. 6'3", 6'3", 6'5" up front.
It kind of reminds you of Beardstown's ball club.
Very
last
similar.
couple years down there.
6'4", North Greene by a pair. Michael to his front court running mate Peters. Out on the perimeter. Three-point shot turns off by Scott Horner. Ball is controlled on the defensive iron by Gerald Monroe, and here are the Spartans. Art Kimball, Ed Butkovich, and Frank Masoni with you, along with Jim Albrecht from the Assembly Hall. Quarterfinal round of the 1989 Class A state tournament. Devino inside. Turnaround by Monroe. Rebound controlled by Scott Horner. Horner to Jason Peters, the two big guys for Carlyle. You want to take note of them. Tom Michael, number 32. He's got the ball down low right now. Call for a traveling violation. The other man is Jason Peters. Now, Peters goes 6'7". Michael goes 6'8". And then you tuck Eddie Hills in amongst them at 6'1". That's the front line going against the two 6'3" kids and the 6'5" Gerald Monroe for North Greene. Nice save. Walking the tightrope line on the far side with the save is North Greene. Shot inside by Barnard, blocked. Another shot, this time over Peters, and whistle on a foul.
Boy, he went right back up with it, though, didn't he?
Sure did.
He kept on the boards, kept hustling real fine.
Foul whistled on Steve Hoffman. Here in the Assembly Hall, the foul indicator on the scoreboard is not operative today. Well, the best laid plans, sometimes equipment fights you. That's the case today, so we have to be a bit more careful on our foul count. Craig Barnard, who is now 3 out of 3 at the Grannis line.
You know, the sixth man is right behind us. The crowd for North Greene.
Well, the attendance is great here today. Been a tremendous session. Expect more of the same tonight. Against the pressure, of course, it's Carlyle using the big man. Tom Michael comes down to help out. Scott Horner. To Steve Hoffman. Hoffman number 12. Horner number 10. Number 14 is Eddie Hills. He's the little forward. Peters on the perimeter. Two-pointer, but not by much.
The two big men are excellent outside shooters.
First bucket for Peters. We got an 8-6 ball game. North Greene by a pair. 4 free throws by Barnard. The difference right now. They're posting Barnard against Peters on the inside. Pretty much man-to-man defensive alignment, though, for Carlyle. Soft jumper rings the bell by Steve Hubbard.
Well, North Greene's setting up in like a 1-3-1 offense against that man-to-man.
How can a team be 28-4 at an unranked? And that's the situation with North Greene.
I guess they're the Rodney Dangerfields of basketball.
I guess they are. Gerald Monroe's number 54. Inside twisting is Barnard. Can't get it home. And number 40 hauls it off of there. That is Jason Peters for Carlyle.
He made a good move in there, though.
And across to Scott Horner. Left corner, Hills. Three-pointer. Eddie Hills. Prairie Central threw in 9 of those in the first game this afternoon. 10-9 ball game, 1-point lead. North Greene shot comes up short, grabbed by Michael, and the Indians come up with it. Playmaking guard Scott Horner, 5'11", 173, a 17-year-old senior. They work to Hills. Here's the long bomb by Peters. Three-point range is hung on the rim, as you saw. Gerald Monroe hauled it down. Deveneaux pushes it up for North Greene. There's Deveneaux. Back to Barnard. They swing out against a man-to-man assignment being employed by Carlyle. Whistle inside. Randy Cox spotted something. Foul's going to go against North Greene of the offensive variety. Foul's on Hubbard.
Looked like it was a good call by the officials. Looks like North Greene's going to try to push that ball inside against those big guys.
Well, what about the Indian defense? I've been calling it a man-to-man. I think it is, but there's a little matching.
Well, there may be a little matchup there, but they are playing basically man-to-man.
Against the zone being employed by the North Greene Spartans, who lead by a single point. Looking for a go-ahead hoop now, Carlyle. There's the bomb by Hills. Three-pointer. Well, that'll do it in a hurry. Eddie Hills with his second three-point shot.
Doing a rope from the outside there.
Doing a clinic on the three-pointer here this afternoon, aren't we? Some kids in here tonight that can fire up that three-pointer as well. Baseline, Monroe. Knocked out of bounds. And will be in the possession of North Greene.
Good defense by Horner there. An overplay.
Josh Smith checks in. And we got a timeout in the Assembly Hall. A 12-10 ball game. Carlyle up by 2. And let's pause for this from Country Companies. Proud sponsors of the IHSA telecast since 1972. Well, there's the card for tonight. 7 o'clock game. Wheaton St. Francis against the Mendota Trojans. Mendota's only 2 games over 500. They're a little bit of a Cinderella club themselves. And then Rock Island Alamans, Pioneers, and Tuscola.
Mendota plays an outstanding schedule along with Rock Island, and that's what got them here this year, I think.
Yeah, records are misleading when you have a club plays a lot of double-A competition.
Yes, they are.
Well, ball knocked out of bounds. North Greene retains possession. Goodwin going right here. Carlyle has his first lead at 12-10. And, of course, Hills has poked in those 2 three-point bombs on the perimeter. Deveneaux to Monroe. Puts it on the deck one time. Gerald Monroe. Yep, Gerald Monroe averages 17 a game. Great scoring balance with North Greene. And you got an even-Steven contest on the perimeter. Shot by Horner. Skips out. And the rebound controlled by Gerald Monroe. Monroe off now to Josh Smith, who is coming the ball game. Monroe. Top of the free throw, at the free throw line, actually, being covered with Michael on him. While Michael playing behind him. Man-to-man defense for Carlyle. Carlyle in the gold, North Greene in the white. The winner will meet Prairie Central tomorrow morning. Well, count that one.
Good stop and pop
for Josh Smith. And you got a 14-12 lead to North Greene. Michael counters. The offensive end, Carlyle sweeps right back. They're looking for their 30th victory of the season here this afternoon. Tied at 14-14. 29-3 for Brad Weathers Ball Club, McKendree College alumnus. Josh Smith holds on the right side of the floor. They work low to Barnard. Traveling violation. Tough call. Barnard made a great move, Ed.
He made a great move, and he just lost control of the ball and got a double shuffle in there.
Checking in, Steve Hubbard comes back in the North Greene lineup, replacing Josh Smith. As apparently Charlie Stone, the Eastern Illinois alumnus, 1966, wanted to chat briefly with him. There's your turnover count, 3 apiece. Pass to the baseline. Saved by Carlyle. Great hustling effort on the part of Hoffman out to Horner. To Hills. Hoffman, 3-point range, got it.
They do an excellent job of that skip pass. Across the top against the zone.
I like Randy Cox's 3-point signal. He's like a football official, which he is. Very methodical and dramatic. 17-14, Carlyle by 3 on the shot by Hoffman. Third three-pointer by the Indians this afternoon here in the first quarter. 37 ticks of the clock left in Chapter 1. Well, on the floor, Dustin Roberts to Devono. Devono trying to find room. Oh, wouldn't quite go, and the rebound hauled down by Tom Michael. Michael off to Horner. 21 seconds. Plenty of time to look for the good shot. The Indians bring it down. Right side, Hoffman. Back to Horner. There's Hills. He can bury the three-pointer for him. 12 seconds.
Lob.
Lob inside. Trying to get the ball to Peters. Nice intercept by Gerald Monroe. 6 seconds showing. North Greene could tie it with a 3. Devono launches it. A rebound hauled down by Jason Peters, and that's it.
They just didn't get the lob pass high enough.
Not quite. At the end of 1 quarter, it's an Andy. Carlyle up by 3, and we'll be back after this from one of your network sponsors, John Deere. Well, 1 quarter is history, and Carlyle leads by just 3 over North Greene. Let's take a look at field goal shooting first period of the ball game. Well, Carlyle is hot, 64%, 7 of 11. You can see 5 of 16 for North Greene.
That's a good number, 7-11.
Indeed. Pass, a lob. Again, the alley-oop misfires, and North Greene up with a steal. Josh Smith is back out there now. Smith and Devono are working to the backcourt. Pass is deflected, but Monroe recovers.
That gets partially blocked.
Yeah, I was going to say, somebody got a hand on the inside, because a pretty good turnaround for Monroe.
I believe Michael's got a hand on it, not sure.
Carlyle comes up with the basketball, working with a three-point cushion, which isn't much of a cushion. Here's Horner to Hills. Eddie Hills. Spells it H-U-E-L-S. Pronounces it Hills. The lob to Michael. Inside. Through the foul. Also, he got poked in the eye as Michael's going to the line.
They're outside men stay quite a ways on the outside and leave that little opportunity to get the ball inside. Their perimeter people are way outside, beyond the three-point range, about 2 or 3 feet.
North Greene is defending that lob pass in there pretty well, Ed, and of course you should be able to do that out of a zone, I would think.
Well, that type of zone that they're playing with their big guys in there, they're pretty good size.
Yeah, they're not a little team either.
No.
Michael's at the line. He apparently caught a finger in the eye. There's a good look at Tom Michael. Good-looking young man, 6'8", 193-pound, 17-year-old senior.
Well, I think he's going to have to beef up in college, though, and I think he will. He'll get on a great weight program, and he'll probably put on 15 or 20 pounds his first year in college.
Probably costs a little something to feed him right now, though. all parents of teenagers can identify with that. One more throw to Tom Michael. Nothing but net, as they say. 18-14, Carlyle. North Greene needs a bucket this trip down. Devono. As North Greene has been a story of one comeback after another, one Garrison effort after another. Josh Smith holds. Thing of underdog and favorite, is always interesting. That's all in the eye of the beholder, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Remember a guy named Butkovich getting on Sony and I years ago when we said you were upset by top-ranked St. Mel, and you told me that was no upset. You won the ball game. That is up and in by Greg Barnard.
That's what they put the backboard up there for.
1 of 7 for Barnard from the field. And he is a much better percentage shooter than that. But it's an 18-16 ball game. Here's Horner. And the rebound controlled by a pretty solid board man in Gerald Monroe. Devono, playmaking guard to Josh Smith. Smith's outside the three-point arc, as you can see. Now they work into Barnard. His shot was blocked, and I believe the foul on Jason Peters.
Put a nice pump fake in there.
Let's see it. Yeah, Peters got him. Well, almost got all the ball, though, didn't he?
Pretty close.
2-shot violation. At the line, Barnard, who is 4 of 4 up there tonight. This afternoon, actually. Don't call it nighttime yet. We got a lot of work to do before it's nighttime. Free throw. As a ball club, North Greene at the free throw line, 6-13. Not spectacular free throw shooters, but pretty good. Barnard's been very impressive there, and he is shooting 65%, but he has just drilled his 6th in a row.
Real good touch on that free throw.
We're tied. Even Steven in the Assembly Hall. Big crowd on a beautiful Friday afternoon. Central part of the state from the side hills. Rebound comes long, tracked down by Steve Hoffman. 5'11", 162, 17-year-old senior. Out front. Michael.
Well, last time North Greene did a real good job on blocking off on the board, but that long three-point shot, it has that long rebound this year, so sometimes, even though you do a good job, you don't get the rebound.
Great steal by Horner. Paid off. North Greene got this a little lackadaisical in the inbounds pass. Horner stole it, ends up with Michael drilling it in, and he is 5 of 5 from the field.
Alert play by Horner. A good shot by Michael.
From the side for North Greene, Hubbard can't get it to drop. Off the floor with the recovery of Steve Hoffman. Hoffman to Horner, and now Carlyle trying to make a little bit of a run. They lead it by 4. There's Peters, top of the circle, three-pointer. Jason Peters for the Indians. They have ballooned this to a 25-18 lead.
Nice to have a 6'7" boy, because you went out there like that, isn't it?
College coaches like that potential, don't they? See a lot of possibilities. Here's Josh Smith, number 32 on the dribble for the white-clad North Greene Spartans. Low, Monroe, got it.
Good pass by Barnard into Monroe there. Good team effort.
Well, you have to weather a lot of storms now. You didn't used to have to weather it because of the three-point shot. Momentum changes very frequently, even more so than it used to. Scott Horner. Left side Hoffman. Nice board, Peters. He may have pushed off to get it, and he did. Foul number 3 on Jason Peters, according to my figures. Jason Jones. Jones checks in 5'11", 180, an 18-year-old senior. So you take out 6'7", put in 5'11". That changes your game plan a little bit. There's a good look at the North Greene bench.
This has been a quick first half.
Not a good one. Josh Smith holding. Josh going to take it himself. No, good feed. Here's the field goal to Gerald Monroe, but marked down the big A for Josh Smith. Beautiful assist off the baseline.
Josh has come in and done a good job. He's a member of something that's called the Super Scrubs that I may have a chance to tell you about a little bit later on.
Well, he's not playing like a scrub.
No, he isn't.
He's at the Super Subs, I guess, huh? There's Carlyle, pretty patient against the zone defense with a three-point cushion. Down low. Shot blocked by Barnard. Good follow on the inside by the newcomer to the lineup for Carlyle, Jason Jones. North Greene comes out with the basketball and a three-point deficit. 3:41 showing. Here in the Assembly Hall, North Greene trying to penetrate. Inside is Josh Smith. The shot caroms in.
Oh, good hustle.
Loose basketball over into Radio Row across from our location here in the Assembly Hall. It's going to go right back to North Greene. So the lineup situation for Carlyle now with this Tom Michael out there at 6'8". We're going to have a timeout taken right here. North Greene, I believe, took the timeout. 3:31 for the half. 3-point lead being held by Carlyle. And let's take this timeout for a word from one of your network sponsors, DeKalb of Pfizer Genetics. Well, we see a battle inside of Josh Smith trying to go up against 6'8" Tom Michael, and the expected result is exactly what you saw. Josh had the shot blocked on him. He's 5'10" against 6'8". All right, there's the rebounding story. North Greene with a slight edge, a ledge of 1 turnovers, also very tight. Carlyle with 1 more. And we got a 3-point ball game. Statistics are even, ball game is even. Josh Smith holding high. Errant pass, loose basketball. Deveneaux over and back violation. Deveneaux caught up with it, but that's right. It had been touched in the offensive zone, deflected back here with a foot race. Somebody got a hand on it in between the pass from the far right side of the floor as we view it. Far side of the floor as you see it on your screen. At any rate, it's a turnover. Carlisle's got the ball. Jason Jones to Hills. Now the inside to Michael. Pretty pass, pretty bucket.
Great pass in there.
13 points for Michael. Michael hasn't missed yet. He pops it on the inside. 6 of 6.
He had 40 in one game this year and 39 a couple of others.
Deveneaux.
Look out.
Michael pulls down the air ball, but Deveneaux intercepts. North Greene has it back. Inside to Barnard. Barnard shot comes up a shade short. Look at the scramble. Look at the scramble for the loose basketball. The guy standing there watching it. Hills for Carlyle picks it up off the floor. Yeah, Michael, the first team IBCA All-Stater.
On everybody's All-State team.
You bet he is. Brian Wolf, who we'll see tonight from Rock Island Alleman, also in that team. Rennie Clemens from Calvary. John Goodian from Mid-County, and Paul Lusk from Trenton Westland.
Hills from the side for 3.
That old inside-outside game got you 3 points there.
Well, that's the theory, is to set up the three-point shot, and kick it in and bring it back out.
Yes, it is.
30-22, 8-point lead Carlisle. This is their best spurt of the ball game. On the drive, Hubbard's shot was deflected, and we have a whistle.
But you got to have the guy who can put the three-pointer in, though.
That's right. Foul is on North Greene. Going to see it again. The foul was on Gerald Monroe. There's the drive, the block inside. I think Hills actually blocked the ball, and then Michael grabbed it. But right now, Carlyle threatening to make this a 10-point ball game. You talk about needing to stop. That's certainly the case for the Spartans at this point. Hills to Michael. Travel.
Beautiful pass inside, though.
And Carlisle is a highly geared ball club, playing very well at the moment. The Spartans need to continue that inside game, which have been very effective for them. Indians have gone zone. In fact, they went zone when Peters got in a little foul trouble. Deveneaux. There's a three-pointer for North Greene.
It looked like it was a 2-3 zone there.
Jason Deveneaux. And that three-pointer, suddenly you're right back in it, Archer. 5-point ball game now.
Deveneaux, really a highly regarded young man in the community, works with disabled youngsters.
Up on the left wing, the shot by Hoffman. Michael boards it. And we have a whistle stopping play on the inside. A foul will go against the Spartans. The winner meets Prairie Central, Charlie Strasburger's ball club. Here's another foul on Gerald Monroe. On Monroe, it's his second personal. Common violation. The ball will be inbounded by Carlyle. And pulling the trigger will be Scott Horner. Josh Smith's going to come back on for North Greene. Deveneaux comes off a little breather. Gets a nice hand from the big North Greene fan following here.
Now you notice the band on Josh's arm. It's got a little significance.
All right, we'll find out about that a bit later. Inside Michael. Rattles out. Foul on the rebound of Jason Jones. Tell us about it, Ed.
Well, it's a group known as the Super Scrubs. It's a group that Charlie put in the ball game as a group, 5 guys, and they played 2 or 3 minutes of the last of the first quarter, maybe a couple minutes of the second quarter as a group. We put them in as a group and took them out as a group. It's something that happened during the season, would take a little bit to explain, but that a couple of ball games they did extremely well. As a group, they scored 40 points in a game with, I think, against Northwestern.
Free throw. Harden. Little pride within pride.
Yeah,
right?
and I think it got the team playing together. Other members of that ball club were Sherman and Howard and Taylor and Kelly. And, of course, Josh was instrumental in that.
Well, Craig Barnard, as you see, has just dropped in 2 more free throws. He's 8 of 8 at the line. And suddenly, what was an 8-point lead is now down to 3. Carlisle still on top. Eddie Hills.
I think they turned something from a negative into a real positive with that group of kids.
Here's the lob to Michael, knocked away. Big steal by the Spartans. 3 or 4 players had a hand on that one, but I think you have to credit perhaps to Gerald Monroe. 8th turnover. for Carlyle. Now with the three-pointer, the Spartans can tie this. 20 seconds to go and a great first half. This first half has really rolled by. Devono at long range, deflected to Barnard, inside of Michael. Tip, ball loose, left corner. Still loose. Let's see who's going to dig it out of there. And we're going to have a jump ball situation. See how the possession arrow is pointing. 7 seconds to go.
I thought earlier they might have just went for one shot. I think they take it maybe a little bit early, but they got the ball back, though.
Well, they probably did go a little bit early, but they came out on the possession arrow. Okay, Spartans will inbound. They're down 3, 7 seconds for the half. North Greene and Carlyle locked up in a good one. Second quarterfinal matchup in the Assembly Hall. Class A state tournament. Steve Hubbard, Devono, Barnard, hook pass, low, drive, foul. The shot was taken on the inside by Dustin Roberts, and he was chopped pretty good.
I think he got all ball, but I think they're going to say that he got him with his body.
First foul on Tom Michael, so he's in no trouble. But at the line, Dustin Roberts with a chance to pull his ball club within a point. 2 seconds to the half.
Art coach Charlie Stone of North Greene told me the best question to ask him recently was, he's a grade school principal, and he had a 5th grader come up to him and said, "Coach, are you going to the game?"
Second throw. All right, we got a 1-point ball game. 1 second left. Jason Jones off the iron. And it's a 1-pointer at halftime. North Greene was down 8 and looked to be in a little bit of trouble. The wheels on the old wagon were starting to shake a little bit. But suddenly, they buried 6 straight free throws down the stretch and found themselves right back in it. A couple of big defensive plays, and they wind up trailing by just 1 at halftime. And you see, 30-29.
I think they circled the wagons just in time.
Yeah, they sure did. Now this message from one of your network sponsors, the dairy farmers of Wisconsin and Illinois. Well, we've got a situation, a 1-pointer at halftime. A couple of things stand out. Whitehall, North Greene, has drilled in 10 out of 10 at the free throw line. Carlisle's Indians have popped in 5 3-pointers. And Ed Butkovich, those are 2 tremendously important factors. We got a great ball game, a 1-point differential.
Most coaches will tell you the games are won and lost on the boards and at the free throw line. And to test the fact that they're staying in the ball game right now, and maybe they would have been drawn out of the ball game, counting those 3-point plays, but the free throws have kept them back in there.
An interesting coaching move, too. Jason Peters picked up his 3rd foul for Carlisle in the second quarter. They got him out and managed to maintain the lead at halftime. So it's a question, I think, now how soon Brad Weathers wants to stick Peters back in the ball game. But I imagine it'll be fairly early on in the second half. You usually go back to your starting combination and take your chances, don't you?
Well, most of the time, and I think you'll probably do that.
Yeah, with only 3 fouls, he's not in a great deal of difficulty. So our situation at halftime, it's a 30-29 ball game. A 1-point lead to Carlisle. And Jim Albrecht at courtside with a guest, and Jim, take it away. Well, at halftime, it's a 1-point ball game. Ed Butkovich, you say you have a little information before we... Well, let's quickly take a look at the stats. We want to talk about that North Greene free throw shooting. As you see, the field goal effort, Carlisle is the warmer ball club, but they've gotten 5 less shots. Free throws, 10 of 10, Ed. What are they doing, North Greene?
Well, that's pretty good. I tell you what, in the ball game with Notre Dame and Quincy with 43 seconds to go in the game, they took a timeout, and Charlie's team was up by 3 then. They're getting ready to shoot a free throw. And he told him, he said, just close your eyes and shoot a mental free throw. And that's what they've done. And he said, don't worry about losing. A lot of times a kid gets up the free throw line and they're saying, well, I hope I make it. I hope I don't miss it. And maybe they're putting a negative thought in their mind.
Now, you're not going to try to tell us they're closing their eyes and shooting free throws.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. But I think just before they shoot that free throw, they're thinking that the ball is going to go in, and consequently has been going in for them so far.
Rebounding's dead even. Here's the individual scoring for North Greene, Barnard and Monroe, 10 apiece. You can see on down the line, but that typifies this ball club. They've had balance all year. Carlisle, on the other hand, we'll take a look at them in just a moment. And there it is. No sooner said than done. Mr. Michael with 13 big ones. Hills with 9, all on 3-pointers. And 3-point shooting for Carlisle, 5 of 9 on the ball game.
The 3 fouls on Peters might be a big factor in this ball game before it's all over.
Upcoming tonight, Michael has missed. Well, Michael missed it all. Okay, 6 out of 7 in the field for Mr. Michael. Tonight's schedule goes like this. Wheaton St. Francis against the Mendota Trojans at 7. 8:30, the Rock Island Alleman Pioneers and Tuscola. Tuscola 22 miles down the pike here from Champaign, and you can bet they'll have a mob, but so will everybody else. In a Class A tournament that certainly has attracted tremendous interest. I think one factor is, 5 of these teams have never been involved in a Sweet 16 situation. And let's see, Mendota has never been to the Assembly Hall, so that's 6.
That makes for a great tournament. And you know, there were 11 out of the 16 teams that I think this is the first time affair for the Sweet 16.
Well, there's your number of trips. And as you can see, some of these were Sweet 16 appearances, not down here at the Assembly Hall. So Tuscola's the veteran with 4 trips to the Sweet 16. That does fire up fan interest, no doubt about that.
I know I've got a happy uncle. He was a principal down there and a football coach for a number of years. Just retired 2 or 3 years ago, or maybe a little bit longer.
Where was that, Tuscola?
Yeah, Uncle Bill.
Well, Uncle Bill has to be enjoying this, along with a lot of other folks.
I think I'll probably benefit from mentioning his name here on the air.
I figured there was a reason for it. Out front with Scott Horner. Hills has the basketball now on the left wing against the North Greene zone. From the side, Peters back out there, and he rings the bell.
I guess that's why the coach put him back in there to start the second half.
32-29. As Carlyle and adds his lead, does to Shade, out to 3. North Greene has that tenacity to stick right with you, regardless of the situation. And, of course, that's put them in a close spot. That's one reason they're here. That was blocked on the inside by Peters. Did a good job defensively that trip.
All he did was put his arm straight up and held his ground.
You have to shoot over a guy 6'7".
Skip pass again.
Yeah, over the zone defense. Now they skip it the other way in the corner. Here's Horner to Hoffman. Hoffman free for the 3. Got it. Steve Hoffman with his second three-pointer and the 6th three-pointer for Carlyle this afternoon. They go up 6 with all the points here at the start of the second half. But Deveneaux counters. Jason Deveneaux with his second three-pointer. Buries it for North Greene. And suddenly you got a 3-point ball game again.
Well, he says, if you can do it, we can do it.
And he did it. Holding high is Eddie Hills. Hills comes out front to number 10, Scott Horner, from the gold-clad Carlisle Indians. Into Tom Michael, the All-Stater.
One time outside, next time inside.
Only missed one shot throughout the afternoon. 37-32, 5-point Carlisle lead. North Greene, of all clubs, came in this contest unranked. They received some votes in the AP poll, but unranked in the top 16 in either. Got blocked on the inside by Michael. Taken back as Steve Hubbard battles to try to go back to the basket. We'll see who the foul's on. They're on Peters or on Michael. One of the two towers inside. Foul is whistled on Tom Michael, his second. Here we're going to see it again, Ed.
Well, he got a block, and he knows they come right back at him again.
That's a pretty good-looking block.
Yeah. I think he got him with his body, though.
Yep. Free throw by Steve Hubbard. Back iron.
You know, like I say, Hubbard could have backed off after he got the first one blocked, but he come right back in there.
Yeah. Well, I don't think North Greene's backed off to too many people, period.
Not with that size.
37-32.
He needs this free throw, though.
And he got it. That's they are now 11 of 12 at the line of the ball game. 4-point Carlisle lead. Just early on, game's third period. First ball game this afternoon was also a dandy. Won by Prairie Central by 10 finally, 68-58 over a fine East St. Louis Assumption club. Well, on the floor is Horner for 3. Rebound, Michael, heavy traffic.
Good move.
And he drew the foul as well. North Greene fans thought that he pushed off a little bit to get position.
I believe the North Greene kids played good defense there, but he just took the ball right back at him, and it's hard not to call something there.
I'm going to see exactly what happened. Barnard picked up the foul. Well, he might have shouldered in this to Shea, but I don't know.
They held the ground pretty good, though.
And Michael, that's the free throw. 18 points for Michael already in the ball game. He averages on the season 23.8, almost 24 a game. 7-point lead to Carlisle. Deveneaux with the pull-up. Here's Barnard. Big bucket. Greg Barnard off the floor with a big field goal.
He went right back at him.
Carlyle has this thing up to a 5-point lead now, and they're using Michael very effectively and Peters. Peters was hooked as he went in. Whistle on Gerald Monroe, and on Monroe, that's foul number 3. So the two opposing centers both have 3 personal fouls. Peters on the Carlyle side and Monroe on North Greene.
He still should have had the basket if he had powered up with it right there.
Yeah, that
should have got a 3-point effort out of there. That was a great pass there by Michaels.
As it turns out, Peters goes to the line. They're going to force him to make the 2.
Only thing wrong, he's got to go 15 feet out to make it.
Yeah.
He was in a 2-footer.
Yeah, the 2-footer, right? 41-35. Tom Michael and Jason Peters. Fine front court duo.
I like them both. Peters is a good ball player. He's come back and played pretty well this third quarter.
42-35, back to a 7-point lead. The biggest margin has been 8 for Carlyle. North Greene has always closed the gap, and they're being put to the test again. Monroe post up inside, having trouble getting it to him. Kind of an errant pass. Nice recovery at the baseline. It's stolen away by Peters. Good defense. The Indians just collapsing back inside now.
Again, it looked like Carlyle was in kind of a matchup defense that time again, depending on where the ball goes.
Good hands by Tom Michael. Michael took the lead pass inside. And you had to note the way he handled the ball. It was a little bit of a lead pass, and that's one of the biggest problems with high school big kids sometimes is just good hands. And he certainly has them.
Also a good defensive play there, too.
Yep. Hills to
Back
Michael.
inside.
Oh, great block.
Great block.
Steve Hubbard at 6'3" on the step ladder. Steve Hubbard squatted and rejected it on the 6'8" Michael. Indians will inbound once again. The 42-35 contest. Here's Peters. Hill, corner, rebound Peters.
Good move.
He got it.
I want to say one thing about the Hubbard. You know, he's going to fill out one of these times. He only weighs about 146, 147 pounds. 6'3", looks like he's going to grow a little bit more, too.
He's strong.
He puts on some weight.
He's a junior. 44-35. This is the biggest lead of the ball game. Carlyle up 9. Monroe tries a fall away at the baseline. Nice follow and give the field goal to number 50 on the inside, Justin Roberts.
You know, when you're coaching, you tell the guy, nice pass, when he took a shot like that. Taking advantage of your opportunities, though.
2-3 zone for the Spartans, it appears. Yeah, that's what it is. Hill's a 3-point range, and it drops. Didn't want to stay in.
Good live backboards on the rim.
Hills with 4 3-pointers. That is the 7th 3-point field goal for Carlyle in the ball game.
Some people call that a shaker.
Here's the bomb. 3-point return effort by Hubbard. Draws nothing but air. It's a 47-37 score. Carlyle.
There's the good hands again.
Yeah, Michael.
See that recovery?
Hills to Michael. Michael, big number 32. Out to Horner. Horner drills the jumper. Another 3-pointer.
Give a lot of credit to Michaels there. He took the ball and swung it back outside. A great pass and a great shot.
50-37. 13-point lead suddenly for Carlyle. North Greene has to have the timeout. Now this from one of the Country Company's proud sponsors, from the Country Company's proud sponsors of the IHSA telecast since 1972. Okay, inbounded by North Greene. They took the timeout. They're down 13. With 2:56 showing third quarter, and the super subs are out there now, or super scrubs as they call themselves. The Spartans of North Greene trying to rally things back in the ball game. Here's Josh Smith from the side. And hauled down by Peters.
I tell you, 3 of them were on the boards there, though, weren't they?
Yeah, they really were. As, of course, Coach Charlie Stone now trying to turn things over a little bit. And there's a turnover as Scott Horner walked with the basketball. Just a brief appearance. The starting 5 coming back in for the Spartans. Out there was Josh Smith. Matt Kelly was on the floor. Also on the floor was Howard Brandon. And 2 others. They have removed them so quickly, I can't pick up all the substitutions got in the ball game. But the strategy by Charlie Stone to get his number 2 unit in there very quickly, probably to talk a little bit longer to his starters.
Or either to spark them up.
They're down 13. North Greene trying to make a run and get back in this one. Third period of play. From the side, left-handed jumper by Dustin Roberts. And the ball off the floor. Rebound. Actually, Hills grabbed it. As Scott Horner, number 10, brings the ball across. Here's Horner in the right corner to Peters. Not much of a shot by Peters, but he redeemed himself by grabbing the loose ball on the floor. And right back with it, Carlyle, with 2 minutes left to go in the third period. And things going their way at the moment with a 13-point lead. Here's Horner to Michael. Well on the floor now to Steve Hoffman. Horner. It wasn't Hoffman, it was Horner, number 10. Number 14 is Hills. And Channing Boring is inside is Tom Michael. The All-Stater close to the hoop and drew the foul.
Well, they spread their offense out that time and then went back inside to Michael.
Now they call the foul on Barnard, and on Barnard that is only his second foul. I thought for a moment it might be on Gerald Monroe. If the war would be his fourth. So Greg Barnard picks up the foul, and at the line is Tom Michael shooting a pair. Michael is 2 of 3 at the line. Now make it 2 of 4. He'll have one more throw in this particular attempt. 50-37. Carlyle leading. Good look at Tom Michael. 18 points today. Make it 19. Devenot across for North Greene. Spartans down 14. Their fans really talking it up behind us, trying to get something going. Devenot for the Spartans. North Greene out of Greene County, members of the Western Illinois Conference. Enrollment figure of 336. Carlisle's enrollment 366. They're from the Cahokia Conference. And located in Clinton County. Ball to be inbounded by Steve Hubbard. Hubbard holding. Devenot. Hubbard. Base. Pulls it up. Rebound. Monroe back to the glass. Ball deflected out of bounds, and Carlyle will have it. Spartans can't get that ball to go down now.
They're having a tough time right now.
Lit over the basket at their attacking end, and the Indians inbounded. And Scott Horner kind of walks the ball up now against the three-quarter court pressure. Hills all alone to Peters, who hammers it home and is fouled. That's the way to destroy the press, no question about that.
A nice little clinic to show you how to do it.
And that is foul number 4 on Gerald Monroe for North Greene. So needless to say, there are some problems here for the Spartans at this point. Late in the game's third period, they're now down 53-37. Peters at the line. Rebound control by Monroe. And apparently the decision is going to be to stick with Monroe, riding with 4 fouls. The deficit is really too big for Charlie Stone to gamble too much at this point. Peters is going to leave, and Jason Jones comes in. Good substitution on the part of Brad Weathers at Carlyle. He's got Peters riding with 3 fouls. Doesn't need him right now. He's got this thing out to a 53-37 lead. He's going to rest him a little bit. Falling to the floor, and Carlyle maintains it, though, as Hoffman got the pass off to Hills. Here's Michael. Michael feeding low to Jason Jones. Jason couldn't hold it. And North Greene will have the ball in the turnover. And here we go again. You can't see them on your screen. Yeah, now you can. The second liners preparing to come in for the Spartans. As now Charlie Jones trying anything he knows to try to get his ball club going. Foul whistle on Hills on the inside. 34 seconds, all the time remaining. There's the new squad. Let's see if we get them all identified this trip. Jonathan Sherwin is 1. He's number 34. Number 14 is Matt Taylor. Okay, Josh Smith back in the ball game. Matt Kelly is number 12. And of course, at the free throw line is Steve Hubbard. He'll be taken out in just a moment. 53-37. Steve Hubbard at the line where he's 1 out of 2 and he's shooting a pair. North Greene desperately needs these free throws. They don't get the first one. They were a phenomenal 10 of 10 at halftime. In the second half, they are 0 of 2. Haven't had the opportunities and haven't converted on the 2 chances they had. Good look at Steve Hubbard, his second throw. He leaves as now Josh Smith comes back in for him.
2 of their slogans this year have been togetherness, and I think that's a example of this unit going in right now. And the other one is let's do it. And I think they're going to have to get together here the last part of this quarter and the last quarter if they're going to do it.
Got a lot of doing to do. They're down 15 points, and Carlyle has the basketball, playing very well. Hills to Horner. And we got a timeout call. Timeout taken by Carlyle. And we'll be back after this from one of your network sponsors, DeKalb Pfizer Genetics. Number 52 has come on for North Greene. That's Travis Dunlap. That completes the complete change of personnel again for North Greene. 22 seconds to go, and this the third quarter.
Art, one of those changes is number 30, a freshman, 6'2", Brandon Howard.
Yeah, they have apparently had great success with this technique throughout the season. Right now, Carlisle is going to run it down, look for a good shot at the end of the quarter as we run down to 12 seconds. Hills to Horner to Hills. Right corner. Hoffman. Rebound, Michael. That's it. Into three. Into three quarters in the Assembly Hall. Second quarter final ball game. Carlisle up 53-38. And timeout now for this from one of your network sponsors, John Deere. Well, North Greene has gone back to his starting five. Steve Hubbard, number 40. Number 10, Jason Deveneaux. Greg Barnard, number 44. Gerald Monroe, number 54. And Dustin Roberts, number 50, as they try to get back in this one. And I'll say one thing for Coach Charlie Stone. He's trying everything he can think of. And down the lane and losing the ball was Dustin Roberts. The turnover, Spartans thought it was deflected out by the Indians. The officials don't agree, and the basketball belongs to Carlisle. Carlisle with a nice cushion right now, 15-point lead, 53-38. Peters back on the floor along with Tom Michael for Carlisle, so they're back to their starting combination. Here's Peters, baseline, left side of the hoop, and they come right back out against the zone defense. Very patient, this ball club from Carlisle. They can score a lot of points to handle the ball well. Here's Tom Michael, great block. Oh, really on the ladder. Steve Hubbard, his second great block of the ball game.
That 2 or 3 up in there.
Got springs in his leg, but here's an errant bounce pass. Taken away by Carlisle. We have another whistle. Let's see what's going to happen here. Got a foul, I believe, in just about the center circle. It's going to go on North Greene, and the foul is on Steve Hubbard, his second.
Excellent defense by Hills there that last time. Intercepting that ball going into the post.
Yeah, he picked off the bounce pass. Most coaches say use the bounce pass in that situation, but that time Hills just great anticipation.
I think Dr. Tom says that over to Iowa.
And that fellow over at Indiana does too. And a lot of other guys. I guess that really is the best way. How do you feel about that? Bounce pass still the best way to get it low?
It's a good way to
inside?
get the ball in the post. A lot of guys defensively don't like to get down low, so sometimes that's the best pass or the easiest pass to get in.
Second throw by Horner is up and in. But at any rate, the defense can foul it all up with great anticipation. 55-38, 17-point lead. Biggest lead Carlisle has enjoyed. Monroe for North Greene. Well, they needed that basket in the worst way.
They needed that one bad.
Carlisle ranked number 3 AP, number 2 UPI. Final poll. 15-point lead, 55-40. Carlisle on the lead. Peters. Horner to Hills. Here's Eddie Hills with 4 3-pointers this afternoon. Now we're going to have a call against Steve Hubbard, his third. North Greene in the position coaches don't like to get in now, where they are going to have to gamble on defense. They're down 15 points with almost a whole quarter to play. And going to the line is going to be Eddie Hills, his first free throws of the ball game. 68-58 was the score in game 1 this afternoon as Prairie Central got by East St. Louis Assumption. Hills rattles it in. Back to a 16-point lead. Josh Smith comes in, replacing Dustin Roberts for North Greene. Tom Michaels had a big ball game this afternoon. There's a good look at Eddie Hills. Well, Hills with 4 3-pointers for 12 points. He's also a couple of free tosses, and he's got 14 on the day. Back to a 17-point Carlisle lead. Steve Hubbard holding. Hubbard twisting. Can't get the shot. Peters with the board. Clearing the basketball out of there is Jason Peters, and Peters works to Scott Horner. As you can see, Horner directs little traffic.
Peters almost had a violation there on the elbow.
Interesting camera angle. That's a new angle for us, isn't it? That elevated look down at the floor. Or at least slightly different. Gave you a good look at the defense setting up that trip.
There's Steve Hubbard, Art. The Hubbard family's had some year. His dad, Paul, is the girls' coach. He was 25-3 this year.
Yeah, you couple that with the record on Steve's ball club. On wins to discuss in the Hubbard household this winter. Horner nets it. So far, the free throw count, not spectacular. Pretty good for Carlyle. 5, 7. Dropped in 10 at the line. Making 11. 11 out of 14. Pretty good under tournament pressure. 59-40. This is the biggest Carlyle lead. They're out to a 19-point edge. Devono for Monroe. Loose. I think these kids want to win. Huh? Look at the scramble for that loose basketball in the corner. They're going to give it to Carlyle. And we're going to have another timeout taken by North Greene.
Looked like an end run there, and everybody piled up.
Spartans, yeah.
Carlyle that won the state championship this year in
football, 2A.
Yeah.
2A state champs in football. Timeout taken by North Greene. And let's pause for these messages. All right, we're going to see a little action here at inside. A blocked shot. Number 44 in the white there, of course, is Craig Barnard. And, okay, here's Tom Michael going up. He's going up against Hubbard, the jumping jack. Hubbard with a great block, but Michael already also has 8 blocks in this ball game. Blocked shots. Look at that. North Greene has 4. Carlyle has 10.
Pretty good afternoon's work in it.
I would say. Tom Michael well out on the floor for Carlyle. As Ed mentioned just prior to the break, defending 2A state football champions, Carlyle. Oh, pretty feed to Michael.
Beautiful pass by Hills.
Floodgates open. Michael makes it 61-40, 21-point lead. 6 members of the Carlyle basketball team played on that 14-0 record football team. By the way, Pat Jarvis, the Atlanta Brave pitcher, former pitcher back in the 60s and 70s, an alumnus of Carlyle. Devono from the corner. And the rebound controlled by Michael, and he now is this play taking charge. Michael, a mop-up crew at both ends, scoring heavily, rebounding, handling the ball. He's off to Peters. They're going to be a handful because of their size. Well, what a great matchup it should be with Prairie Central tomorrow.
Good, excellent matchup.
This thing holds up the way it is. From the side, it's Hoffman. Can't get him. On the rebound, Michael is going to be called for the foul.
You know, as the game progresses, the big guys just seem like they keep getting a little bit bigger out there.
Yep. Going to see it again. Yep, he kind of leaned into him. Was it Peters or Michael he called it on?
I thought Peters.
Peters, I believe you're right.
The way he's looking.
Yeah, that's 4 on Peters, not on Michael. Michael, by the way, has 21 points in the ball game. All right, with the basketball, North Greene. Low to Monroe inside. Oh, spun out. Couldn't get it, and Hills gets the rebound. Tough shooting luck for Gerald Monroe inside. That ball's halfway down the hoop, won't drop.
Made an excellent move, though.
61-40. Cross court. Now they come back out. This is Hills. Good ball move. A skip passing over that zone defense. They've done that all afternoon. Nope. The ball handling inside. They went to Michael, back in the corner to Peters, back out to Hill. Hill to Horner, and now back to Hill. Eddie Hills. This is a dramatic delay, I would say. Steve Hoffman. They work it to Hills. Inside to Michael. Back to Jason Peters. Here's the feed to Michael all alone.
Excellent ball
result. 23 points for Michael, thanks to some great passing. 23-40. Suddenly a 23-point lead as Carlyle. We're seeing why Carlyle has been so highly regarded all season. Hammered in on the inside is Gerald Monroe.
Good move by Monroe.
Tom Michael. Right side Peters, and here we go again. It's kind of a wide sweeping 4 corners type of thing done instead of using the dribble almost totally with passing.
Well, it's 2 times in a row they went inside. The big guy's got 2 buckets in a row. 25
points according to my tabulation, currently counting for Michael. And a foul has been whistled. Michael will be back at the line. This one is on Steve Hubbard, who now has 4 fouls.
Do you think Lou Henson will be watching these tapes?
Yeah, I would think he has a little interest. in Tom Michael, who is Champaign bound, I understand. Has he signed the letter of intent, Ed?
I'm not sure. I cannot tell you that. I
You know,
he's
Frank?
indicated that he wants
I
to
understand
come
that he has, yeah.
Well, he can play. Now we have the, what do they call themselves, super scrubs at North Greene?
I think that's what it is. I hope we're not mistaken in calling them that, and don't mean it derogatory or anything.
Let's call them super subs for sure. Whatever they do, they've done it well all season long. Their club is 128. Free throw by Michael, misfires. North Greene 28-4, Carlyle 29-3. This probably gives us an indication how good Carlyle is. With the very impressive performance in the second half. They broke away from a 30-29 halftime lead. They were up 1 at halftime. On the perimeter, the push at three-point range by Matt Taylor does not go. The rebound is up and in.
You know, North Greene sold over
Kelly.
1,400 tickets for this ball game.
Well, they should. They got a fine club. Drive in is up and in. Give the field goal to Steve Hoffman.
They came back yesterday late and got 250 more tickets.
Well, what a year they've had. They've been the Cinderella team, certainly, of this tourney, with surprise win after surprise win. Ball stolen away inside. I tell you, North Greene's still coming at you. Don't worry about the score. They came to play, and a foul has been whistled on the inside. One of the Spartans will be at the free throw line. That's going to be all for Mr. Peters. He fouls out with 2:52 to go. Let's look at it again, Ed.
Got him up in the air.
Got his money's worth, didn't he? Peters leaves with, let's see, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 points.
I don't think he minds fouling out with a situation like this with a 23-point lead. If it's been a little bit closer, he might be a little disturbed.
Here's the young man, Brian Ham, checking in for North Greene. Brian has been trying to fire up his ball club all afternoon. They come over to timeouts. He's been the first guy out there. I'm glad Brian's getting a chance to play in the ball game. At the line, Jonathan Sherwood.
Every coach needs 2 or 3 of those players for the ball club. Makes a lot of difference.
Well, attitude and desire still a great portion of anything. Not only athletics. Second throw is up and in by Jonathan Sherwood. 67-46. 21-point lead with 2:48 left for a fine Carlyle basketball team. To the baseline, Jason Jones. Out front, Tom Michael. Ball handling is Hills. Hills works off to Horner, to Michael. Back this time to Horner. We'll see the other 5 players, the starting unit, come back in for the Spartans in just a moment. There's a good camera angle once again. You can see how well the ball is moved. They just do a tremendous job of passing against this defense. There's the penetration pass to the baseline. Circle out of traffic with it over there. The Indians maintain it. That was Jason Jones. Down to 2:07. They're tough to get them, tough to even foul to catch up with them. Right side, Jason Jones. Jones looks out front to number 10, Scott Horner. That's Horner holding the ball right now. Driving to his left. Look at the floodgates open for Horner, but he can't get the layup down. And the rebound is taken out by the Spartans. Matt Taylor with the steal. There's Taylor across, out between the rings. Josh Smith, that long range. There's it, and the rebound to Tom Michael. Michael clears the basketball off to Scott Horner. Back to Michael. Well, the assembly hall rapidly emptying here in Champaign. Evening session coming up. We'll have it for you at 7 o'clock, of course. Mendota against Wheaton St. Francis in the first ball game. Rock on and Olivan and Tuscola in the second. Spartans come down quickly. Pull up. Number 30 on the shot, and that is Brandon Howard on the rebound. Jump ball. Jump ball is going to be called. Now the Spartans put in the names that have been more familiar throughout the afternoon. And several newcomers in for Carlyle. On the floor for Carlyle. Number 22, as we spot him out there, is Doug Luking. And number 20 checks in. That's Darren Smith. Number 50 comes in. That's Craig Robertson. Number 34 is Barclay Nothouse. And let's see who else we have. And Jason Jones stays out on the floor. Defensive zone. Barclay Nothouse with the basketball. 1:10 to go. 67-46. They clear to Doug Luking. To Robertson. And this reserve unit handles the ball pretty well themselves. Here's Darren Smith. Pass intercepted. Picked off by Steve Hubbard. Hubbard tried the dunk. Back iron, couldn't get it. Deveneaux pulls it down. A follow-up effort on the inside by Barter won't go. We've had 2 dunk attempts today that did not work. Both caromed off the back iron. One, was that Cox in the first ball game? Or Standback?
I think it was Monteith Dixon.
Yeah, Dixon, okay. There was no Cox playing in the ball game. Monteith Dixon hammered one off the back iron, and here a moment ago, so did Steve Hubbard. Can Hubbard jump, fellas? Man, oh man, as he put on display of that. And here's the ball stolen by Gerald Moore. We have a jump ball situation. Also coming on for Carlyle, big number 44, Dean Litzenberg checks in. Well, I guess Dean isn't all that big. He's well, he is big. 6'5", 214, 16-year-old junior. Yeah, we have another change for Carlyle as Coach Brad Withers gets everybody in the ball game. Michael contest as well. 16 seconds, all that remain. North Greene tries for the save out front. Here is a push, which is a block. The shot was taken by Travis Dunlap. The Indians control the basketball. Down to 3 seconds. Robertson had a chance. Shot is no good at the buzzer. Shot misfires at the buzzer. It's a 67-46 triumph for Carlyle. And let's take time out for one of your network sponsors, Country Company.